Okay, I'd like to call the regular meeting in the Zion Park District to order, 19 November 2016. Please read the roll call, Eric.
Commissioner Pye?
Here.
Commissioner Brown?
Here.
Commissioner Buckholz?
Here.
Commissioner Magera?
Here.
President Hartman?
Here. Okay, I will entertain a motion to approve the minutes of the meeting of 20 October 2016.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes of the Personnel and Finance Subcommittee meeting of the Board of Commissioners of the Zion Park District and the minutes of the regular meeting of the Board of Commissioners of the Zion Park District, both on October 20th, 2016.
Do I have a second?
would second it.
I have a second. Secretary, please read the roll call.
Commissioner Brown?
Aye.
Commissioner Buckholz?
Aye.
Commissioner Pye?
Aye.
Commissioner Magera?
Aye.
President Hartman?
Aye. Okay, welcome our guest. Like I said, we're gonna move you up here, so. Okay. All right, any changes? Do we have to
So we
do?
do not need an executive session,
Okay.
and you're gonna move item 10
Up
to
to
item 5A.
Right. Okay. Okay, any comments from the commissioners?
I got one. Yeah. Yesterday, I attended the senior luncheon memory. Like always, your staff did 100% excellent job. Food was great. The entertainment was good. I enjoyed myself. Tell your staff they did a great job.
Thank you very much.
What was the total turkeys? Somebody said 8, somebody said 7.
8.
8.
8 was the total number of turkeys, which worked out really well. We did take a pan full to the food pantry for someone to use because we had some extra, but it worked out very nicely.
Yes, the
Glad
food was
all of you
excellent.
who came could be there. That was great.
Yeah, food was definitely great. Okay, any other comments? Okay, sir,
Great,
your call.
thank you. Good evening, everybody. I'm Anthony Vaselli with Spear Financial. So we work as municipal advisor to the district and assisted with the sale of the district's general obligation limited tax bonds, Series 2016A and Series 2016B. So I'll go over the 16As, which was self-purchased by the district. Sold at a rate of 2.435%, something set by the district, but a fair rate given the market and also given what you'll see when we start talking about the 16Bs and what rate they came in at. With the 16A, you know, it's a sale of debt, but it's also an investment. So you end up paying, looks like just about $13,800 in interest, and then earning that on the other end as an investment when taxes come in. Both these series of bonds combined are issued to pay existing debt service, specifically your 2009 A and B alternate revenue bonds, the December maturity, and then 2009 series of debt certificates. So it frees up money that would have otherwise paid those bonds to be used for operations and utilizing your debt service extension base, which pays these bonds. 2016B bonds were offered for competitive sale to underwriters, but mostly local and regional banks are interested in these types of securities. No official statement, no rating, short-term things, and saw 3 bids come in, which is very attractive for this size of security. And winner was Kansas State Bank out of Phoenix, Arizona, which is a new bidder to our market this year, and has been coming in quite a bit at 2.51%. Second place was Huntington National Bank out of Cincinnati, Ohio at a 2.57%. And then First Midwest Bank rounded them out out of McHenry, Illinois at a 3.07%. If there's any questions, I'm happy to answer.
Does anybody have any questions? Eric, do you have anything? like to add, Marilyn?
I would say that we're very happy with the rate that we got. I think we're very happy with receiving 3 bids.
Absolutely.
I think that's positive for us. I think the fact that we have, still what Marilyn and I consider to be that unjustified black eye from Moody's, where they've essentially got us rated as below investment grade. I think that does hurt us a little bit from, I think Dave was talking about another bank that kind of wanted to bid on our bonds but couldn't because of that lower rating. It was just one of their policies that kind of restricted them. So, we feel fortunate that we're still borrowing 2-year money in the mid-2 range. And I think it's been really great for us so far. And I think the IMRF fund investments, also, as we talked about earlier, has been beneficial for the district. So, and
I will say, kind of adding to that, we've seen in the market just generally interest rates rise pretty dramatically since the election, even in the short term. There's also not only the election, but there's thoughts of Federal Reserve raising interest rates in December. So knowing that your bid came in very similar to last year, even with those challenges in the market, I think
Yeah.
shows how strong the bid was.
That's good information, and having 3 bidders, we have had the two local, the Huntington Bank actually bought First Merit, which is
Right.
our purchaser from last year, so they merged with another bank, so having them come back again with a bid for us was good. That means that our relationship with them is still solid, and First Midwest is our bank, so we're happy that they're bringing bids, and this new bidder, I think just is a testament to that we are doing things right, and people are recognizing that we're a good investment, even though,
Especially out in Arizona.
yeah. So.
I mean, that's quite
Yeah.
impressive.
Yeah, it's a, like I said, new bidder to kind of our market. Somebody we found and kind of introduced to the product right before this kind of year of rollover bonds, as we call them, started, and they've been bidding on a bunch and picking up a few. So I'd love to see it.
Just curious about this First Midwest Bank, is that any affiliated with our one in Zion, or is that,
yeah.
it is a fact?
Yeah,
It's
it
the,
is.
It's the-
yeah, that's the,
I just wonder, like, it's just they're all,
Yeah, well, those guys and the First Merit people that we have a relationship with now.
Yeah.
So we'll reach out to them and say, hey, just want to make you aware, we have an issuance coming up. We'd love to, for you to take a look at it. If you want any additional information, I'd be happy to provide it to you. So I did give them, a good handful of information so they can get comfortable and kind of dig into the numbers a little bit. And then, Anthony's team and Dave and those guys, they also reach out to these, institutions and kind of make them feel a little more comfortable and try to get bids from them as well. So Spear does a great job for us as well.
because you want the shops Zion local, keep everything local, but then again, if it's gonna mean percentage, we gotta look at that too, that's.
Yeah.
Right.
yeah,
Yeah,
so
obviously
we
want
have
to
to,
allow and encourage locals to bid, but at the same time, if somebody's going to give you 8 basis points better, it's
Yeah, it's
all
definitely
better.
to our advantage.
Sure.
Yeah.
yeah.
Any other questions?
I know, don't we do this every year, correct?
We have been doing it every year, yes, for quite a while.
Yeah,
So
okay,
our
good.
plan, remember, is, that we're gonna be reaching
Yeah.
a point where we won't have to pay off, we'll have our debt paid off.
My question is we get better, will we get more bids next year?
It's possible.
If,
It's possible because what we're showing in our financial picture is that we're in better shape than we were in last year and the year before. This is all part of our financial plan
So
that we
it's
put
good.
together. So, we have more reserves in the bank, which makes us look more attractive, that it's not as risky of an investment. So sometimes that will increase the number of bids that we get, so.
yeah, that was my question.
Okay, anybody else? Sir, thanks so much for coming up here and
Happy to do
sharing
it.
this with us. And please drive safe.
Thanks for making
right
the
back.
trip. Nice to meet you.
Okay, so we got the packet of.
Yeah, we
You
have
don't have that far to go?
Yeah.
Okay, so,
What's that?
You don't have that far to go.
Downtown Zion, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Go to Aurora.
That's where I'm
Aurora, he
staying.
said, yeah.
Again, thank you, sir.
Absolutely, thank you.
Aurora's not that bad.
Have a great night.
Okay, you too.
Okay,
so,
so we got number 10 done.
Well, we need to approve,
No,
Okay.
approve ordinance number 832,
Yeah.
accepting the bid and,
Yep.
We keep these or going back?
no, those, you can keep those.
Okay, anything from our attorneys, Marilyn?
Let's
Oh,
do
you
that
wanna do
here,
that? Okay,
yeah.
all right.
mhm.
We'll go
Since
ahead.
we moved it up on the agenda, let's do
Sounds
it
good.
here.
Sounds good. Okay, so we'll move over to,
Just an emotion to approve ordinance 832 for the,
okay, I'm gonna entertain a motion to approve ordinance 832.
did you make a motion about 832 bid?
well,
Okay,
You'll have to,
okay. Why don't you, yeah, you gotta do the specifics.
yeah,
that
you
are
gotta read
in
the
here.
whole,
Why don't you just make that motion with the specifics?
okay.
So if you look on this page that I handed you out, Series 2016A, General Obligation
Okay.
Limited, so just read that first paragraph.
All right, I'll entertain a motion to approve ordinance 832. The IMF Fund of Zion Park District has submitted a bid for the purchase of 357.220 general obligation limited tax refunding park bonds series 2016 alpha being sold by the district.
So Jesse, you can say so moved to make that motion.
someone make that motion.
Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
I have a second. Secretary, please read the roll
Right,
call.
and the second half of it, because it's all
Okay,
the
you're right,
ordinance.
you're right, yep. Okay, and then the other half would be, bids were received on November 16, 2016 of the 361.260 general obligation limited tax refunding park bond series 2016B.
Wait, so we're gonna award that to KS State Bank, Phoenix, Arizona,
Okay.
at the rate of 2.51%.
Yeah, and we're gonna go ahead and rate that to KS State Bank, Phoenix, Arizona, to an interest rate of 2.51.
I make a motion,
So moved. Just say so moved.
so move.
All right, second? I have a second. Okay, Secretary, please read the roll call.
Commissioner Magera,
Aye.
Commissioner Buckholz,
Aye.
Commissioner Pai,
Aye.
Commissioner Brown,
Aye.
President Hartman.
You're really brave about trying to say those words. I get a kick out of that stuff.
Thank you, Mr. President.
517 instead of saying the 507. Not that anybody would
I
ever
do
say
it
that.
because you just, you know exactly the
Well,
numbers.
okay.
Okay. So again, do we have anything from the lawyer, the attorneys, Marilyn?
No.
Okay. Second, I will entertain a motion to approve the unpaid bills.
I'll make a motion to pay the unpaid bills of $110,797.97.
I will second that.
All right, I have a second. Eric, please read the roll call.
Commissioner Buckholz,
Aye.
Commissioner Brown. Aye. Commissioner Pai,
Aye.
Commissioner Magera,
Aye.
President Hartman.
Aye. Okay, next is the director's report.
Oh, I missed that. Okay.
And this one too. And this one too.
Okay, just a couple of quick things. I did hand out everybody the conference session write-ups from the staff who went to the National Park and Recreation Conference. I think that's a good exercise for the staff to do. It helps us remember what we learned. But it's an opportunity for you to get some information from the conference. So we shared those with you tonight. The Illinois Parks and Recreation Conference is coming up. The deadline to register early bird is coming up. So if you haven't let me know for sure if you want to go, please do that as soon as possible. We went to, Kay and Eric and I all went to the legal symposium. That's a workshop put on by Illinois Association of Park Districts. Kay and I both received a paper copy of the book that they give there. Eric took the electronic copy, saved a little bit of paper. But Bill has one of the books. If anybody would like to read through this, just to kind of cover the things that we talked about, it is in my report what we did talk about, but it's available for you to take and look at if you would like to.
Is it electronic? Is that on the website then, on our part?
No, he just has a thumb drive.
Jump
Oh, you
drive.
got it on thumb drive?
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you just want to look at it, it's probably easier this way, but
I'll drop it off.
yeah, if nobody else wants to take it today, I mean, you can take this one, so we just have two of them. Okay, we had talked about Chuck Paxton passed last December. We talked about doing something to do a memorial for him. So this is what Bob drew up. I purchased that statue at the national conference this year. There's a company that is there that I have looked at their stuff for several years. It's a bronze statue. It's two kids playing. I thought it was a great way to memorialize him, as the first director of the Park District. So, Bob, what we're thinking about doing is putting on top of the, what did they call this? The something stone. The cornerstone.
Cornerstone?
Maybe from when Zion was first established. I think that's what this is. It's over on the corner of Shiloh, and
Yes.
there's a lamp there, so it'll be lit. He's going to put this around it, so to kind of secure it.
I'll find out Monday about the line.
Yeah. So I talked to Lee Paxton, Chuck's widow, about talking to the family. The anniversary of his death is December 17th, which is a Saturday. I asked her if she was interested in doing something that day to memorialize, the first anniversary of his death. She's going to check with the family to see, because December is a tough month because there's a lot going on. So I wanted to give them...
Hopefully we don't have a lot of snow then.
Yeah, well, actually, what we're going to do is we're going to do a memorial service, if we do it in December, in the lobby, and bring the statue in here and then leave it in here until spring.
Okay.
But I'd like to get it displayed somewhere rather than
Right out there.
where
yeah.
it's, well, we're just not going to put it up outside until spring.
You feel this is pretty safe as far as characters that want to climb all over? Is it pretty sturdy, you think?
I'm hoping.
Just curious,
Yeah, I mean, that is something that we...
It's a beautiful statue, I love it.
Most bronze statues are designed for
that.
Yeah.
to prevent vandalism.
They're built pretty heavy.
They are
Okay.
in
So-
general. So
Yeah,
you'd have
in
to,
general.
if it came in and it was fragile, we would have to make a decision.
Right. And you'll be able to see it whenever we do it. So she's deciding between doing it December 17th and then just waiting till spring until we can actually do
Put
the
the
whole thing
statue
outside. I did want to give them the option because I thought it was a
No, I think that's
nice
a great idea.
memorial if they wanted to do it
No,
at
it's
the
only fair.
anniversary. So that's what we're looking at. So you guys can let me know too if that works for you, that date, December 17th.
it's
It
only-
would be
No.
in the afternoon.
The family wants it, I mean.
It's just be a short, it would be a very kind of short, just to talk about,
His line,
the importance of him in this
Saturday,
community.
that's good.
It's a Saturday, yeah.
The way I look at it, if that's what the family wants, then that's what the family.
Right, I kind of
Yeah.
thought I would leave it up to them, because I'm thinking that all of their family would like to be there.
Absolutely.
So
So
if
that's
that
what
doesn't
the-
work, so I will let you know where we're at with that.
All right.
Yeah, we don't have
I
the time.
I asked her to call me next week and let me know. Just gave her some time to talk about it.
And that, once you get that, you'll figure out a time, whether it's going to be in the afternoon or the morning or what.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be in the afternoon because she already told me she had something in the morning, so that's where we're at on that. I'm excited to move forward on that. I did finally find a statue that I liked, and so I wanna get it out,
Was there a lot that you got to pick from, or is that was pretty hard?
Yeah, it's somewhat limiting because they're expensive. So we wanted to, do something nice, and so.
Well, this here with the kids, because that's what he was all about. The
Yeah.
kids,
Right, that's what I thought too. I finally found one that kind of said to me, yeah, this looks like.
Where's the
something that
cornerstone at?
It's on the corner of Dowie and Shiloh Boulevard.
correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't that one of those stones that was left over when they, Mr. Pope, I think his name was, correct me there too, he had that big camera with that big wooden stand, he used to have those big, huge cameras as big as this room that would take.
I know, Bob left, but
Pope, not Pope, Mole.
one of the tower.
Mr. Mole.
One of the tower pedestals when they were first surveying Zion.
Correct.
And bringing people up here, they'd go up in that tower and they could look at
There's
the
over
layout
by
of the
Edina Park.
community.
Over
Yeah,
by
is that the
Edina
only
Park,
one
I think
left?
there's one or two.
Is that the only
No,
one remaining?
there's two
Oh, okay.
down in
Edina Park.
Edina Park,
Correct.
yeah, by the bike trail.
That's
I
what
don't know
those
where
are.
I don't know where the fourth one is. There's
I always
three
wondered
in
what those
parks,
were.
Right, yeah. So we thought actually we'd put a plaque on there to explain what that is and then a plaque to commemorate Chuck so that people would know why the statue was there. So plaques aren't done yet, but
Along the side here.
yeah, it'll
Yeah.
probably put one on each side.
That'd be great.
Yeah, I think it'll just be a nice memorial for him.
Always wondered what those things were.
So Bob, those cornerstones were for the tower that,
Observation towers. That one happened to come from the one that was in Edina Park.
okay.
There were 4 of them.
And there's 2 down there next to the bike trail and this one here. And
Right.
where's the 4th one, do we know?
On 27th Street in the bike trail.
27 and what?
In the bike trail.
Okay, that's the
The
answer.
cameraman, that Mr. Mole?
Yes.
Yes.
Mr. Historian.
Nice picture, by the way. He worked many hours.
Mr. Mole with his giant camera, about half the size of this room.
Gee, somebody else just said that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Give me some-
That is a good picture, Bob, by the way.
Okay, so that's where we're at on that. I will confirm with everybody if it's gonna be the 17th, but you can kind of tentatively pencil that in. Let's say at 2 o'clock, because that's kind of the time frame I was talking about with her. That's all that I have. Oh, no, there was one more thing. We did finalize our PDRMA evaluation, and we will be accredited. We had a 97.69 agency score, so that's a great score out of 100. So I put together a packet for everybody in our staff to look at their area and where there were points that weren't received. We will be getting jackets, so try the jacket on before you leave to see. This is the only one I have, but this is an extra large, so you can kind of base the size that you would like on this, because all of the commissioners get one when we get our accreditation.
Okay.
Pretty blue, the colors?
I think so, yeah, because this is from this year. I got this one for special rec because I'm on their board, so that's why I have one.
Okay. Anything else, Marilyn?
That's it.
Okay. All right. Next thing on the agenda, I will need a motion to approve Resolution 831 to transfer from Recreation Fund to General Fund. So Marilyn, do you want to go ahead and explain that?
So we've done this once already this year, and we've done it a couple times last year, where we're trying to eliminate the due to, due from on the balance sheet. So, we budgeted for tipping fees to go into recreation so that we could do a transfer to general and knock out some of that due to, due from. And so this is the second one for this year of $150,000 that we will transfer from recreation to general.
General.
Yes.
Okay.
Since we got the tipping fee, we're kind of coinciding them with when we get the tipping fees generally.
Okay.
So we just read that.
Yeah, I'll need a motion to approve Resolution 831 of transferring the Recreation Fund to General Fund.
Okay, I just read this correct.
Yeah.
Okay, make a resolution for number 831, transfer from Recreation Fund to General Fund
On the amount of
on the amount of
$150,000.
$150,000.
All right, do I have a second?
I'll second that.
I have a second. Please read the roll call, Eric.
Commissioner Pye,
Aye.
Commissioner Magera,
Aye.
Commissioner Brown,
Aye.
Commissioner Buckholz,
Aye.
President Hartman.
I didn't see
Okay.
that on the barrel, I didn't see
That's
that.
okay. that's why help you out.
Thank you.
All right. Next on is the bid of 1601 for the indoor golf simulator. Marilyn, if you could kind of give us an update on that.
Right, so we talked about golf simulator last month, about doing that or repurposing part of the clubhouse for a golf simulator. So this is the bid to actually get that golf simulator going. And the Full Swing Golf came in with the bid. Was the only bidder that we had, so we have a bid of $45,720.
Is that gonna be in here? You gonna do that?
No,
No,
at
it'll be
the
over
clubhouse at Shepherd's.
Wow, cool.
Yeah, this is
So,
going to be an outstanding.
The
Or
staff,
Simulator. okay.
simulator, yeah. So the staff is recommending that we accept this bid and
I
get
have the
moving on
invitation to
this.
bid, I don't have the bid itself.
Oh, you don't?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, wait,
This was last month.
that's not it. Hold on. Here it is. Sorry.
I was trying to do the motion and I couldn't find the thing to motion.
Yeah, the bid was let on Tuesday, so I didn't have the results until today.
It's okay.
Put them in your packet. Sorry, that was my fault.
Oh, here we go.
Hang on to them.
Okay. I will entertain a
About
motion
last month's stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
to approve bid 1606, the indoor golf simulator.
I'll make a motion that we accept the bid number 1606 from, where'd it go? Full Swing Golf Incorporated in the amount of $45,720 for golf simulator.
I will second that.
All right, I have a second. Eric, please read the roll call.
Commissioner Buckholz,
Aye.
Commissioner Magera,
Aye.
Commissioner Pye,
Aye.
Commissioner Brown,
Aye.
President Hartman.
Aye.
Bill, did we miss number 10?
No, we did that already.
Okay, I remember.
Yeah, that was 5A. Okay. Now, the next one is the approval of ordinance 833.
These are packets, so there's your two.
Oh,
There's Megan's two.
What about,
that's yours. You keep
what
both.
about
Keep
number
both.
10?
Yeah, what we did was we put this up on 5A.
Okay, my apologies, I didn't hear
Yeah.
anything.
That's your,
So you can put that.
both of those are yours.
Okay,
Yeah, these are packets, so we'll just do it this way.
you know I get a nice silver right then.
I thought you just sent them on.
Right.
Okay.
Sorry, Bill.
No worries. Marilyn, if you can kind of go over the approval of the ordinance 833, the
Right.
2016.
Okay, so
Tax
let's
levy.
look at the actual worksheets that I passed out second. So Eric put together a current year, so this is the levy proposal, or this is the levy that we're working on this year. So this is the proposed levy for 2017, 2018. Okay, so right now we're just doing an estimate because we have to file this in December, so we will vote on this in December. We based this information on what we get from the assessor's office. And we are looking at what the EAV is for Zion. Okay, so if you kind of lay these side by side, you'll notice that the EAV, the 2015 final EAV, which is up in the corner for current year, was 227 million plus, right? So if you look down here, the projected EAV for this year is 262.9. So that's quite an increase for EAV. Okay, so some of the factors that factor into this, and one of the things that is still a little bit up in the air is the new construction of the hospital and that coming on the tax rolls for this year. So that's why it's a very big jump. So probably this year is the only year, I mean, it's the only year in a long time where we've had new construction that is gonna
Boost it up.
be that much. Most years, it's about 2 million. This year, it's gonna be probably 12 to 14 million as the change, okay? So, we are looking at, to be good stewards of the taxes in our community. We are trying to do our total levy less than 5% increase for the community. So that's kind of a number that we're looking at, okay? So that's the bottom number, total levy excluding debt service on the very bottom in like the brown. If you look at the current year, it's $2,483,000. If you look for the proposed, it's $2,547,000.
Okay.
Is this including the city or just the Park District?
This is just the Park District. So this is our 6% of the tax bill that we,
Right.
but the numbers we base, the EAV is the EAV that all the taxing bodies utilize, right? So that's why we get that from the county. So we're looking at trying to capture as much of that new growth as we can in this year because this is the only year where we'll capture it, okay? So
Yes.
that's one thing to be aware of in us, how we're trying to look at the levy. But like I said, you know, we also want to be cognizant of the high tax rate in Zion and be cognizant of that when we're making our decisions.
Well, if we ever got anything from those stored rods down there, that chunk of money would this make a lot of difference on this thing? You think, or?
No, it's not tied to this.
Okay.
That's kind of a separate issue. How that would affect us, though, is that would be another source of revenue that would help us to maybe
Oh, yeah.
lower this, okay?
Okay.
So it would help our operation, and we would have that influx of other resources, so we wouldn't have to rely so heavily on the taxes. That's how it would help us.
So that's why we're pushing for that, for
Yes.
the entities at Zion.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're gonna have to, I'll ask for a motion to approve this resolution.
I don't think you were done yet. Were you done yet?
No, I know, but I'm just
Oh.
saying, do we have to
Yes.
approve it? Okay.
So the numbers in here are based upon
What's on here?
this, yeah, so remember last year we gave you like 3 scenarios?
Yeah.
Well, since the EAV is going up, we don't really need to look at 3 scenarios because with this new construction only available this year, we need to be cognizant of that as we're doing this. We're still looking at a tax rate decrease of 9% based on this. So I think we are capturing the most dollars that we can based upon that new construction, but at the same time, we're still being fiscally responsible.
Okay.
So one of the things that I do want to point out to you is the special rec fund. And if you remember from the cash position sheet, your cash position sheet, we have $123,000 in investments for special recreation here. Generally, how this works is that we send all of our tax dollars out to Round Lake and then we pull them back out. So we've built up this surplus here based upon, we believe, an accounting error in the way that we were requesting administrative reimbursement and it wasn't being allocated correctly. So we have this fund balance here. So we can take, we can reduce the levy in special recreation this year, utilize this balance that we have here.
I thought special rec was always a wash.
No, well, yes, it is. It
But we have a
is.
surplus that we don't have to give to the fund?
We are going to, but it's
Okay.
been sitting here because it wasn't allocated correctly when it was brought back
From-
from that fund.
From this year or from
No,
like
This
years?
has been a
Quite a
Okay,
while.
accumulation. We
Yeah.
just finally figured out
okay,
how that was happening.
Okay.
We weren't really sure at first, but, so anyway, so that is helping us with this picture, okay?
okay.
Being able to utilize this balance that we have. So then we can up the general and the recreation, capture as much of this EAV increase as we can in those funds. And we're, like Eric told us in the beginning, the IMRF fund, we're going to reduce that levy. The Social Security, we can reduce that levy because we have accumulated funds in those accounts. So this is the best scenario that we feel like we came up with to capture the most revenue, but still be fiscally responsible to the taxpayers. So we only did one scenario because of all of these factors that go into the levy. So, questions?
Any of the commission have any questions?
Yeah, I think I do, but I'm not exactly sure what. So this change in the tax rate, so we're decreasing people's taxes up for the park district by 9.25%? Is that what that means?
It's a decrease in the rate, so it's going to be dependent upon how, the assessed value of their property, right? So essentially, if your property did stay the same, then yes, your tax bill will go down. If your property was assessed at $100,000 in the prior year and it's assessed at $100,000 again, it will go down.
But if your property assessment goes
Up,
up,
so will your taxes.
then you won't save as much on that rate.
Yeah, but the majority of this increase, for the most part, is going to come from the new construction of the tower from the hospital. That's where the majority of those tax dollars are
Yeah.
coming from.
Okay.
And
And
that,
not out of the taxpayers?
well, the assessment of your property, that fluctuates throughout the whole community. Every 4 years, they do a reassessment. So, depends on where that, there's so many moving parts in the,
Right.
in this that, so that reassessment could say, okay, now your property is worth more, which is good to you as
Right.
a taxpayer also, right? But then the dollars that you pay are probably gonna go up also.
But we're also looking at, our tax
May or
bill
may
is
not.
6% of, the Park District's tax bill is 6% of the overall picture.
High, yeah.
And so we're talking a minuscule amount of that 6% of that whole tax bill. So the
Of
average.
total tax bill, we're a pretty small percentage.
Yeah.
Right. So the
But I think
average,
that we've always been kind of, or we have been at least since I've been the director, we've been cognizant of how
Right.
that impacts our community, right? And that we're trying to do the right thing. And so that's why I think that, we're still there.
Okay, so because of the new construction, I know in the past that when we have reduced the rates, you can't get those, it's harder to get those tax dollars back. So that's what I'm hearing you
Yes.
say is because of that new construction, that won't hurt us.
Right. We're not going to take everything that's on the table, but I think that, we're still, this is a responsible levy for the park district. We're kind of working both ways.
Those cell towers, do those help any, or is that just? that's
Yeah,
pretty-
that's like another alternate revenue source.
Yeah.
So that helps our funding, and it doesn't
A little bit, but it's
impact,
better than
but
nothing.
it doesn't impact the taxes. So alternate revenue sources that are not taxes help us to maintain a balance in the taxing that
Got
we're,
it.
the levy that we're doing.
All right, any other questions? Okay.
So this is the estimate. So in December, we'll do the final levy.
Levy.
So we can have, if you have a question or, you think of something, we can certainly have that conversation. You just need to contact me or Eric and, we can go through it if there's questions.
So this is being turned into the county. What we're,
That resolution,
833.
We just have to file.
yeah,
We'll have
that's
to
just
file
our
it to the county.
resolution, yeah.
No, it's
No,
just
we're not gonna
in
file
the-
it.
'cause we
Yeah.
file it when it's final, which is next month.
Okay,
This is the estimate. We have to
So-
do an estimate though.
okay.
So that's based on these numbers.
Right.
This estimate is
Got it.
based on these numbers for this proposed levy.
So we're just going to approve the estimate of the
Yeah.
resolution. Okay. All right, I'll entertain a motion to approve the estimate of Resolution 833 for establishing this estimate of the tax levy for the Zion Park District.
Okay, making a move for a move to resolution number 833, a resolution establishing the estimate of tax levy for the Zion Park District.
I will
Second.
second that.
I have a second. Eric, please read the roll call.
Commissioner Brown,
aye.
Commissioner Pye,
Aye.
Commissioner Magera,
Aye.
Commissioner Buckholz,
Aye.
President Hartman?
Aye. Okay, again, we don't have to go to executive session.
Yes.
All right, I will entertain a motion to adjourn the meeting of Zion Park District, November 19, 2016.
So moved.
I'll second.
Second. Have a second. Eric, please read the roll call.
Commissioner Fye?
Aye.
Commissioner Brown?
Aye.
Commissioner Buckles?
Aye.
Commissioner Magera?
Aye.
President Hartman?